I feel elevated. My soul is elevated. This song does that to me. Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of How to Write Great Lyrics with me, Jamie West. I'm a musician, writer, and performer. And today I want to talk about a poem/song lyric that was written by Maya Angelou and then adapted into a song by Ben Harper called I'll Rise. Back in 2005, I actually got to see Maya Angelou perform in a theatre in South London. And as she rightly predicted, I don't remember all the details, but I do remember how I felt. And it was one of the most amazing performances I've ever seen. It stays with me, the feeling stays with me amongst thousands of shows I've seen over my life. And I've also seen Ben Harper do this song live a number of times. He used to end his show with I'll Rise. And I remember walking out of the foyer with all the audience, and we were just sort of walking on air. It's a wonderful, uplifting, powerful song. Let's get right into it. It starts like this. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me down in the very dirt, but still, like the dust, I'll rise. Now, across the series, we've had quite a number of different yous whose songs are addressed to. We've had yous who are lovers and yous who are absent. This you is an adversary. This you is someone who is actively trying to destroy the narrator. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me down in the very dirt. And how does the I narrator respond? They say, and still like dust, I'll rise. So this song is about transcendence. It's about rising above it. And that's how it makes you feel as well. Edgar Allan Poe says that great poetry is about elevation of the soul. Elevation of soul. And I think that's just so fantastic. That really describes what I'm always aiming for when I make my art and how great art makes me feel. I feel elevated. My soul is elevated. This song does that to me. It carries on. Does my happiness upset you? Why are you best with gloom? Just that little bit there. This person is happy. I think the original from Maya Angelou was, does my sassiness upset you? And that suited her voice well. And I think Ben Harper's adapted it. I like happiness a lot, though, because it's broader. And does my happiness upset you? You live well, you're happy, and it makes other people who are against you feel bad. You know, why are you best with gloom? What's your problem? Because I laugh like I've got an oil well pumping in my living room. And I like that idea of the oil well. You normally think of oil wells out in some big, vast expanse, but to have it in your living room, what a great juxtaposition. And it gives this idea of this self-generated happiness, self-generated laughter, and a rich, deep laughter, you know? And then we go on to what Ben Harper has made into a chorus. In the original poem, it's a verse towards the end, but Ben Harper realized that this verse was one that you could repeat and turn into a chorus. So you may shoot me with your words, and you may cut me with your eyes, and I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise, rise, rise. And he's added in this extra repetition of the phrase, I'll rise, much more so than in the poem, because in a song, you can build the meaning with the music and the singing, whereas in a poem, it would be harder work for the person performing it to find ways to make repetition interesting, changing their voice. And this line, you may shoot me with your words and you may cut me with your eyes. That really is, they're quite violent things. You may shoot me, you may cut me. But this person does not come back with violence. They come back, they rise. It reminds me a bit of that little rhyme, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that rhyme kind of acknowledges the power of words to hurt you, but is all about rising above it. Then it says, out of the shacks of history's shame, up from a past rooted in pain, I'll rise, I'll rise. I'll rise, rise, rise. And I love what Ben Harper's done here because the original is huts of history's shame. The H's go together, huts and history, but he's changed it to shacks, and that goes with shame, the sh sound, shacks, shame. Out of the shacks of history, shame. And it also makes you think of like shackles and slavery, which is perhaps what this is referencing. The next verse goes, now did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders fallen down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Now they're taunting the other person. Is this how you wanted to see me? And they're acting it out. You know, I like that simile, shoulders fallen down like teardrops. But it's not meant sort of sincerely. It's like it's over the top. Oh, is that what you wanted to see? And it shows that they have not succumbed to this person's attempts to sort of destroy them. It says, does my confidence upset you? Don't you take it awful hard? Because I walk like I've got a diamond mine breaking up in my front yard. You know, these more rhetorical questions. Does my confidence upset you? And don't you take it awful hard? You know, it's them who is struggling here, not you. They're trying to make it out like there's something wrong with you, and you've just flipped it on them. I love that. And again, the diamond mine, a bit like the oil well. Because I walk like I've got a diamond mine breaking up in my front yard. And again, making it sort of very sort of domestic front yard. Tom Waits has a song, Always Keep a Diamond in Your Mind. And it's the same kind of thing, that kind of inner richness. And then it carries on, it goes back to the chorus, you may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, and I'll rise. And essentially that's all of the lyrics. There are more verses in Maya Angelou's version, but when you're doing a song, you sometimes want to condense that so it doesn't go on too long. You may like to have very long verses, Bob Dylan obviously does. But I like that he's condensed it and made it super punchy in doing so. A few tips to take away. You can take an old poem and adapt it as long as you can get the copyright or it's out of copyright. And you might want to condense it, and you might want to just take the premise, but you can use that as material to make a song out of. You can have a you who is like an adversary, and then you can have a little sense of humor with playing with that adversary. It doesn't have to be sort of full on attack, attack, attack. You can tease them a little bit, and that can add a bit of color to what you're doing. You can use rhetorical questions. And of course, you can use repetition of your key phrases to bring home the message of your song. That's my take on this song. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like about it. Let me know what you think of how Ben Harper adapted it. I think he did a great job, and the original poem is brilliant as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and you will be in for a treat.